So at times the Cougars looked very polished, and at times they looked like a freshman-oriented team out there. It was a game of swings, especially in the second half. Halftime score, the Coppers led at 39-24. Cougars come back with a nice 15-10 run to tie it up at 44 at 8:37. Coppers went on a 19-8 run to 3:31. Then the Cougars went on a 7-0 run to a minute 9. Then the Coppers finished out 6-4 for that 69-61 win over the Cougars. And joining us is head coach Paul Grove. Paul, your thoughts and comments on the first game of the season?
Well, from our standpoint, we just told them we can work with this. I mean, we can build off a game like this. They're obviously disappointed we lost, so am I. But at the same time, from our standpoint, we can look at that, say we can work with this, we can build on it. I like what we saw for the most part.
Yeah, a lot of good shots. The guys just didn't finish strong on them at times.
No, and I think that's one of those things that can be fixed. I mean, those are shots we're going to make. And it just, they look like easy shots, but they're coming from way different spots, and we're getting to that spot different because of a new offense, and we have to get used to it a little bit. We let our point guards out to dry a few times because we weren't in the right spots. We kind of fixed that late, and that's when Neal got that wide open three in the corner. So we can deal with this, and hopefully don't run into teams that shot the lights out like Concordia did tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen any stats yet, but it seemed like they hit every three they threw up there.
Yeah, well, they did finish at 42%, and 6 in the first half, 5 in the second half.
And they seem to be big ones.
Yeah.
We get within one or two, and, they'd splash one. So, and defense, there's things obviously we need to clean up on that, but we've only had that particular zone in for 2 days in practice.
Yeah.
So, the guys are still getting it figured out. We're going to learn a lot on film from this one.
Yeah, and really both teams here this afternoon, very, very business-like game plan, and both teams seem to be executing fairly well here today.
Yeah, and that's one of the building blocks I think we can deal with all these new guys, all these young guys. I thought we did the same thing. We set out to do what we wanted to do, and I think for the most part, our guys were in the right spot. Just like I said, those few little things we can clean up, and they're understanding it. When we say it, it's not like they're looking at us, what are you thinking? It's yep, I understand, I'm going to stay there, and things will work.
All right, yeah, and Joe and John holding their own against bigger, heavier guys in there today.
Much bigger. So the effort we had was outstanding, and that's one of those things that's hard to fix as a coach if you don't have it. And
yeah,
I don't have to worry about that. The effort's there, and you got to work your tail off if you're going to go up against guys that are that much bigger than you are.
Yeah, and heavier and broader.
You go on and on. But
yeah. But yeah, a game of runs, you come out in that second half, outscored them 15-10, pull even at 44 all. Then Concordia comes back with a 19-8 run.
Oof.
Goes up 63-52, and voila, you come back with a 7-0 run.
Well, yeah, that timeout is, like I said, we just made some in-game adjustments right there, and the guys really responded. And just like that, we're back in the ball game. So that's another. A lot of people aren't going to see that. That's another thing we really liked about today's game, that if we did bring up something in a dead ball or timeout, they executed it.
Okay, well, coming up, a little different class of opponent in Trinity Bible coming to town next Tuesday.
Yeah, we're in a stretch of, I think it's 5 games in 11 days. So first 2 are at home, and then we're hitting the road. And, just like typical of these early season games, we can't worry about who we're playing. We just have to worry about what we're doing.
Yeah, some more MIAC opportunities coming up, St. John's, Gustavus.
Yep, those were home games last year that we ended up winning. And I'm sure the coach will be bringing that up before we show up.
Yeah.
So we better be ready for their best on both occasions.
So, all right, Coach, thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Okay, head coach Paul Grove with us here on the Cougar Sports Network. And the Concordia Coppers come away with a 69-61 win over the Cougars here this afternoon.